Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of SoFi Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI. And I will also be going over Rivian Automotive, ticker symbol RIVN, both of these being backed by popular demand. All right, and so I wanted to cover these. I'm actually just going to zoom in on the current price action because they both kind of hit levels that are pretty important. And yeah, so I just wanted to follow up on them. And also, I should note that when I do frequent videos on stocks, I'm probably more likely to make bad calls, and that's just because there's going to be less data between one video and the next. But, I'll entertain this and I'll try to give you my thoughts on these two stocks. Okay, and so looking at SoFi, as we can see, yesterday, December 4th, the wick of the candle pierced the top of the channel. All of these lines I went over in previous videos. I did, however, add the 50-day moving average. Okay, and that's in blue. And so yesterday, on the 4th, did pierce the top of the channel, did pull back, but it did close above Friday's high of, let's see, the close was $7.96. And so I think that, looks pretty good. It looks strong. Green candle up 1.66% on the day. So it's good, could be better, but it's still good. And so thinking about this, my thoughts are, let's see, that this could continue higher because it did have a close above this prior high. However, thinking about the 50-day moving average, it would actually be kind of nice if the price did pull back to $7.49, right around there, testing the 50-day moving average as support before continuing higher to then break out of the channel. So, I do think that a continuation is possible. So really we'll have to see what happens with today, Tuesday, December 5th. And so what I guess I would like to see is if it does go higher, I would like to see a retest at the top of the channel, test that as support, and then continue higher. If it doesn't do that, if it does pull back, and it goes below $7.73 during the day, I would like to see a test of right around $7.50 and that acting as support, a close above it, and then a continuation higher. However, I have noted that there are gaps to the downside and gaps to the upside. So it is kind of in this precarious position at, a top. And so I personally don't have a position in this. If I did, what I would probably do is I would trim a little bit, maybe half, because there is quite the possibility that this goes back to the bottom of the channel. And then I'd have that other half to see if it goes higher. If it does come down, then I could just add that half back in. So, those are my thoughts on SoFi. Really interesting chart. I will be doing follow-ups on this, and I will be doing follow-ups likely with Rivian, just because I think that they're both really, interesting stocks that kind of do similar but also different things. And like the note of doing different things, Rivian does look quite different. It did not get to the top of, well, it's not a channel, did not get to this resistance up here, and it's actually below the 50-day moving average, which is at a, let's see if I can get that value to stick out. What's that blue level? 50-day moving average, it's right up here. I'm not terribly used to looking at it. That is at $18.20, right around $18.27, which was this prior high. So did get rejected from that. And let's see, close below Friday's close, which was $18.09. So this is showing signs that there could be a reversal. Let's see, the high of the day yesterday, Monday, was $18.25. So yeah, getting rejected from this yellow line, getting rejected from the 50-day moving average. So what I could see happening with this, I guess really there are two scenarios. One is that this is kind of a fake out, and it could push above these levels today, Tuesday. Given that in the pre-market it is down a little bit, that also could be kind of like a fake out. So, I do think a possibility is this does push higher. What I feel like is more likely is a retest of this orange line coming down to around 1680, something like that, and testing that as support before continuing higher. It is possible that that line is broken. And if it is, this other line, this kind of like secondary line that I have drawn there, could be tested going down to around $16.20. If both of those lines are broken, though, 15.28, this line that I have drawn here, I do think will play a role in the future. But, I do think that this is less likely to fill the gap to the upside than the gap to the upside for SoFi, even though, I had to take a step back to be able to show this in SoFi. SoFi does seem to be looking a lot stronger. Let's see. And also thinking about volume and RSI, the RSI for SoFi is higher than Rivian, but I think that they're both kind of in the middle ground there, below 70, above 30. So, yeah, I do think that both of these could go either direction. That's why it would be nice to wait a couple days between videos. But, I do think that that there are levels that I've went over in previous videos that I think will be important. I think considering the 50-day moving average, how the prices trade during the day around those could be important. I think it's important to pay attention to volume. That's something I don't usually pay attention to, but this, looks like volume's dying down a little bit. There isn't a ton of volume. So, it's possible there could be a lot of volume today. You get a push higher or, a dump down to any of these levels. SoFi. Also, volume's diminishing with SoFi, so it is possible, and it actually, SoFi, it seems likely that it could return to the 50-day moving average at around 750, largely because volume's diminishing. RSI is getting pretty close to 70. So, those are my thoughts on those two stocks. And if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll likely do a follow-up soon based on the comments, and also make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.